What's going on, baby? We got these nightly videos. I've been loving these. I think you guys have been liking them for the people staying up late, getting their routine ready for tomorrow. It's going to be excited. We're going to be streaming at 6 a.m. market, 30 minutes before market open. So come, make sure your post notifications are on. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. Post 5 videos a day, so you might get annoyed. That's your warning right now. But I have news. This is going to make the stock market go down. There's two things. It's Huawei and also what's going on with France and Italy, and everything pretty much in that region is kind of escalating. There's all the other stuff in the videos we've talked about, but I want to talk about this stuff, go over it with you guys, and let you know what's going to happen. And this is where I want you to understand this information is important in the sense I think it is going to have either an immediate effect on the stock market as it develops, or it has the potential to at a later date, and this is where the opportunity is forming, where there isn't really too big of a reaction, or we don't know what it is, because this news came out. I'm going to talk about with the Huawei, but again too, I'm letting you know why I'm saying that, because instead of making this video today that I was going to tell you, I was going to give you my buyout candidate. I have a stock, another one I think is going to get bought out, and I wanted to go over that with you, but I think this is more important on the time frame because I just want to get this out there. I want you to be aware, especially the people who follow these. I know you guys watching late at night and the people getting ready for the morning. So this is huge. You know, the Huawei, it's the Huawei arrest, and then like I said, Italy. So let's look at that. There's a few things that have developed right now with the Huawei arrest. So, and first of all, this is where it's important. This is what I'm saying. I think the effect could come at a later date. A lot of people don't know what Huawei is. It's most Americans, most new investors, even if you're not really familiar, it is the Chinese iPhone. So it is very important because next to the iPhone, that is the #1 used iPhone, smartphone in the world. It's taking their market share. So again, it has an effect on Apple stock in business, and Apple stock in business has an effect on the S&P 500. That's one thing. But Huawei now it's in the middle, it's like the Apple of China. It is now in the center of the trade war. So what happened, they arrested, and this is where it's getting confusing. This is where I see the potential of a catalyst on the market coming from this event, because nobody knows why the lady got arrested. There's been multiple speculations, and even the news that's developing. First, Bolton and other people were saying, oh, they knew about the arrest. It happened before the Trump meeting, which is interesting. And then they're saying, no, well, we don't know. And now Trump is saying he had no clue about it. And now Bolton's changing his story, but they're saying it's either because of something political, over trade war, over Iran sanctions. They don't know. But then that's what the next thing, Iran. If this brings in Iran and more reactions from Huawei and what they say, just in general with Iran and that sanctions violation, that's going to be a mess. So let me show you guys something that happened today. This was HSBC, and we saw this happen on stream. Here, let me zoom in on this so you guys could see. That's the chart, and here's another thing. Bank stocks all went down, and there was scandals. You got Goldman Sachs, a lot of banks, and having scandals right now. But then Wells Fargo, the Fed had a plan for. I'm blanking on what it is right now. But the Fed rejected pretty much a plan that they needed to get done, and that had a negative effect on every single bank. They all gapped down. But here is HSBC, and during the day, even when the market was kind of up, it was kind of coming down, but the HSBC just gave back, and it had this bounce. And what caused this was news that HSBC had certain transactions flagged related to Huawei and Iran or sanctions or something like that. So they're saying they could get either in trouble or they're linked in general. Nobody wants to be linked to that with either the banks and whatnot, with the sanction. And either, that could also mean you might even see them put pressure on the banks to get whoever to admit guilt or whatever. So it's interesting, and now I want to talk about for you guys so you could understand why these situations are important for the stock market and what are the implications, I guess, globally, what it means for the world, and again, how that's going to come into the stock market. But it's just like the Jamal Khashoggi thing where it's like, okay, they arrest the guy for this. It's just like they could have done something wrong, and if it wasn't made public, they could sweep it under the rug. They could find ways around it. But the simple fact that the lady has been arrested now and has gone through this booking of the formal process, there's nothing really that anybody could do now, and now it has to be addressed formally, and that's the issue, is why it gets. So now this is where I'm saying, here is the cake of the matter, so hopefully you listen this far. Why the Huawei thing is so important, because this is at the heart of the trade war. This is where a lot of people aren't understanding. Huawei is the Chinese Apple. They literally knocked off Apple just like everything else Chinese. That is intellectual property. At the heart of the trade war, the thing not getting agreed on, one big part, is intellectual property theft between China and the United States. So Huawei, this is what people are taking this. This is an awful signal for the trade war, because this is a now forceful, step at trying to get the intellectual property stuff solved. They're going after Huawei for other shit, and they're bombarding it. That is this is a trade war. That essentially, what I'm saying is, that is a shot fired. Huawei is the first shot in a sense that is now, okay, they're attacking that. And you could say China did the same thing, cutting deals like Qualcomm and stuff like that and getting in the way, but this could start a tit-for-tat thing beyond tariffs, which I think we're going to start to see. And this is what, I don't know if I've discussed that. I might need to put a video. Nobody's really seen the trade war. This is going to develop. It's going to go more and more. So that's the issue. But that's what's going on, and that's why Huawei could drop this arrest to the CFO is so important. And this is what a lot of people are missing, because this is at the center of the trade war. It's sending a shot. It's very hostile, and this is addressing it instead of anything peaceful, and especially with people in China and how China views it, it's very political. And for them, for this steps to be taken by the US, if literally he was in Canada, we brought Canada into this, forced them to extradite it, and we found something frivolous to get one of these head CEOs in trouble and make a big deal of, it's like, what are they going to do now, and how are they going to respond, and what does this mean for all the other talks? So the trade war, even if they say there's good talks now, and this can make sense why the market's coming down and these trade Trump truce are deteriorating, because stuff like this, and maybe I don't know if people were aware of this, because realistic, if you were aware that this lady got arrested a few days ago, you would be ahead of it. But now this is that next thing I'm telling you guys why it's going to affect the stock market, or how, in that even today it didn't. You don't know what affected it. There's so much going on. And like, this is what I said on stream, where it's like, maybe because of how HSBC responded, they said it, they cleared it up, but even then, even once, people said it was a rumor, it wasn't, and I believe HSBC is involved somehow, this stock rebounded right away, and I was like, well, maybe this Huawei thing isn't a big deal, and that's what I was thinking at first. However, when I really started to see it, and even now, and more news stories are coming out about it overnight, as more and more people pick it up, and as more, again, it's going to be just like the rates, but more so the trade. When less is said, and this is what I'm worried about with the market, when less is said about something, you start to get a little concerned as to why it's kind of so quiet. And that's where I think it's either less or confusion or bouncing stories back and forth. And that's what we're seeing regarding this Huawei thing with the government, Donald Trump, some of the leaders, all that. So we're going to see. I thought the Fed Chair Powell was going to speak tonight, but I guess he did not. I don't know, or maybe it's later tonight. We're going to see, but we got non-farms tomorrow and employment data, and then we have China data coming in over the weekend. So I'll make a video tomorrow. I'll get you guys a calendar on what to look for coming into next week, but it's going to be exciting. You guys have to be on the stream tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be exciting. Friday, even if it might be a choppy day, but if not, and I haven't checked out the futures yet, and we're going to see by morning, we'll know whether or not it's going to be exciting. It's going to be Friday. There's going to be some weeklies. This is gambling. Hopefully you watch my video understanding that it's gambling. But yeah, I love you guys. So check out the stream. subscribe, like the video, give me a question, let me know if you guys, have you heard of Huawei before? How familiar are you of them? And what do you think this effect is going to have on the stock market? Or even better, what do you think is bringing down the stock market right now? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. You guys give me great video ideas. I love you. Stay in school. Peace.